So, great.
Hello, Jelena.
Hello to everyone.
How are you?
I'm fine. Oh, I must show you first the place. Wait a second. I must show them where we are right now, because it's also one kind of sensation. Sara is knowing already a little bit. Here we are. This is the one Orthodox church. Okay. And sorry. And I must move that.
Wow, that's a beautiful place.
Yeah. But now, as you can see, it is Boca Bay, quite old town. But they said it is new town. Dobar dan, kako ste? People around. Here we are, and here how it is around a little bit, just to let you know. It is about from 17th century, just to let you know. This is the priest saying hello, and yeah, it's really, really.
Jelena, what's the name of the city?
It's the Perast. Actually, behind this, it's two small islands, which is in the middle of, and they are like church and island. All island is church. But it is not visible from here, and it is on the main square. We are now a little bit, as you see, up, and trying to make something of everything.
Wow.
So,
people coming.
Good, great. Aha, okay. We have even visitors, which could be very. It will not be easy now, since we have no big screen, and our okay, it is time probably. Sorry, everything happens as you see. People are happy because we are here. Things doesn't happen so much here. It's like an empty city, just with the tourists. They are like filled with tourists. And now we are making like this magician, and it's like we are happy and they are happy too. Here is actress, may I say director too?
Also, yes.
Regula
Steiner Tomic.
Okay, Regula Steiner Tomic. She is, I can say, very famous in Germany. Yes,
not very, but
okay, famous then. And she's having vocation here. Actually, she's living here since she have an apartment there. I don't know. And we had a quite great time together seeing our festival before, and I invite her even to speak in this our panel that we are making now. And we are having actually public now gathering. They are going around to watch the place first, but it is okay. It goes together. Do you hear us? Wait a second, did I put everything right now? Can you speak?
Yes.
Yeah, I think so.
We can hear you perfectly.
Yes. Oh, very good.
Okay, shall we do like this, that should we turn everything to them to watch them a little bit, or I think so, but how it will be?
Milan, kannst du vielleicht helfen?
Shall we do like this and let them sit behind us?
Maybe, yeah.
It's
weißt
better.
Du, dass alle das sehen, das ist dieses Gespräch. Das wäre.
Oh, everything is happening now. No, but is it back? Yeah.
I think like.
Okay. So, like this and like that. We can sit here. Okay, probably like that. This, but it's contra light.
Aha, yeah.
We are not visible now. No, it is not good.
It's
idea.
not so good.
No, it's better like that. Sorry.
No worries at all.
Okay, we are doing like this, and good. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you. Because it is internet, it is very important part. Okay, well, if you want to check a little bit how it looks like, you can come behind us and then we will make conversation. Aha, dobro, dobro. Okay, well, I would like to say hello to the Fortezza International Film Festival, all of you. We are waiting actually few directors, few more directors. We should see if they manage to to come. I would like introduce all of you. I mean, Regula is already we introduced. Eftychia, would you like to present yourself? It's better than I to speak.
Hello to all of you. I'm Eftychia Fragou. I'm from Greece. Right now I'm in the north part of Greece at a road trip. And I'm very happy to be part of this panel, especially in a panel full of beautiful women. And it's very nice to see great women filmmakers. It makes me really happy and really proud to see so many women doing great stuff in this industry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and how, I mean, we can speak further a little bit about how it's in Greece, but Sara, can you say some words? I mean, I presented you already to the public, but I think it's good to be presented to all of us.
Yeah, I'm Sara and I'm located in Sweden. So I do filmmaking in Sweden. And we already talked for a while, Jelena, and it was really nice, and I'm so honored to be part of this festival. It's a lot of fun. I wish we all could be there though. That would have been the most fun. It looks beautiful.
Well, idea is if you like, you can just move just around us, because we have hard to make it turn around, but just find your position and because I think it's more interesting to all of us to watch. Because we cannot screen since the light is quite high and it will not be visible with our projector here. Down there it could be, but we are not down there, it's huge. Okay, well, yes, idea is to have you all here actually. It is not easy, but we have one more director here. Sorry, you must, I cannot hear you.
Hello, from Slovenia. I'm
Okay.
Barbara Zemljič, short film Quiet.
Okay, great. We just introduced, we can briefly introduce, it is Eftychia from Greece. Say hello, Eftychia.
Hello, hello from Greece.
And Sara is from Sweden.
Yeah, that's me. Hi,
Hello.
Barbara.
And it's Barbara from Slovenia.
Yes, hello.
It is first time that we are meeting like more personally, but through the digital. That's why I was like, oh yeah. And Barbara, you are a filmmaker and you did your short movie. How do you, is it your first one or you did before things? I mean, where are you in your career?
Well, thank you for that lovely question. I'm not as young that would be my first film. I made a feature film before that. This is my, I think, 6th or 7th short film. Mm-hmm. But the first one that I didn't write the scripts from the scratch, so I just adopted it. The script was written by Milica Piletić and Miloš Petričić, and then I changed half of it.
Yeah,
sort of. Yes. So
make it like your
yes.
authorship. I mean, to tell your story.
I was trying to follow the theme that they were offering, but to make it subtle, mm-hmm. because the theme of the film is so delicate that I think if you put it like that in your face, it's not gonna work. So I was trying to make it more cinematographic in a way, less words and more emotions.
Okay, good. Mm-hmm. Okay, well, what shall we? Idea is to feel how it is to work with as a woman in this branch, since we are from so many different countries, and we have no so much time. I would like to all of you answer briefly. I mean, how long you are in a film business, how can I say, and how do you feel as a woman doing this stuff? And is it hard to make your first fiction? I mean, feature film, since you know it is easy to make probably short film or documentary. It's a little bit easier. I don't know, probably I'm wrong, but anyhow the most pot of money goes always to the fiction as a feature. So Eftychia.
Yeah, also very nice to meet you, Barbara, because I didn't see you from the beginning. We have done a very nice talk also in the past with Jelena, and we were discussing that there are all these stereotypes about women and about an industry that has a lot of technical stuff. People have this misunderstanding that because this industry, apart from the creative aspect that is wonderful, it has lots of super technical and super masculine stuff for many people. And you know, there is this stereotype out there: how can a woman do a transfer, how can a woman tape, how can a woman light, you know, all these things. And it's for me it's very inspiring to see that somehow we're managing slowly somehow to battle and to combat all these stereotypes. It's not easy, but I don't think it's not easy generally for women to be in the high positions and to be respected as equal with men. It's easier to say I'm a man director than to say I'm a woman director. And it doesn't matter if it's in London, I was London based for many years, or if it's in New York, or if it's in Athens, or if it's in Belgrade. I think generally there is this stereotype. It's very nice. I'm seeing also in the Oscars now that, you know, the women have been awarded in directing, and it's super inspiring. But I think the problem is not anybody else. Women, it's on us. We should feel more confident when we go on set. We should feel that there is nothing more than guys can understand on the technical aspects. And, you know, I'm more than 10 years in the industry, and I'm seeing this change. I'm not going to lie to if young girl are listening to us. I received an email from a 90 years old 2 weeks ago telling me, everybody tells me I should not do that. This is not a job for women. And it was a very nice email. And I want to say that, no, all jobs are for everybody. And if somebody really wants to do that, we can do it. But of course, you have many things to battle in this effort.
Mm. Sara, thank you. It is a little bit frozen now, internet. Internet is a little bit in problem. No, okay. Barbara?
Yes, okay. I'm in the industry, well, now I think first I started writing and then directing. So I would say altogether about 20 years. And my husband is also a director. So this is really interesting because we have 2 kids. And so I'm generally against talking women's sensibility versus men's sensibility, because I think it doesn't go by the gender. Mm-hmm. Probably, do you hear me? Because you're frozen a little bit. Okay. Yeah, probably I would say as a screenwriter that empowering women in film, like leading roles, or just to go deeper in the character, I think women are more capable to do that, writing for women. Because I also have a problem writing a male character who's 65. I tend to do a lot of research in order to go deeper. Mm-hmm. I would say that depends. It's a leading position, so doesn't matter if you're male or female. You have to be the leader. But leaders are different. Some are gentle, some are really strict. I don't see the difference there. I see the difference where it comes to, I didn't ever have a problem with leading 50 men or 70 men. My feature film I did, they were joking, it's a women's film because we were half-half. So that was like incredibly a lot of women in the film. And it was half-half. So, and thinking about that, when I was in London, I think it was 2008 on FIFFP meeting, we were talking about gender equality for the first time, and I was like a lot younger and more naive without kids. And I remember women directors telling me, we're not equal, we're never gonna be equal. And I was like, what do you mean? I didn't understand that. But I don't want to be, how you call it, a women director who's trying to be a man director. So to be a pit bull, in a sense, to be the same.
No.
Do you understand? It's the difference, because I see some women who go in the, I am a leader, but I don't want to do it, maybe it's, I don't know, I have 2 kids. So for each kid, I couldn't, because I decided to be that kind of a mother, do a feature film. My husband did, or a series. I did a short film. I also write. I did documentaries, which are not together, because when you're breastfeeding, for the first 2 years, it's you can, for me, but that's my sensing what children need. And now I'm in a position that, okay, I'm not breastfeeding anymore, so now I'm really trying to work on my second feature. But looking at my husband doing the same job, if I wouldn't be writing as well, I would be very frustrated. I also work in theater, so I can direct many ways, but doing a feature film with small children, or even writing and preparing a feature film, not knowing if you're going to get the money or do it, I think that takes, for me at least, 6 to 8 months, maybe 12 months, and you have to pay the bills. You have to. That's why I think women don't apply as much, because. You don't, when you have kids, I think it changes a lot, and you don't have time to spare in a way, maybe I'm gonna do this or not. I see the main difference there, that for me, for now.
Barbara, it's very nice what Barbara is saying, how difficult is motherhood, being a mother and working in this industry that is not a 9-to-5 industry. It's not that you're 9 in the morning and you're back at 5, and you can, I can imagine how stressful and how difficult it is to combine these major roles, being a mother and being a director or a producer or a writer.
Yeah, creative, anyhow. Sara, do you have possibility to connect us? No, she's offline.
Before you connect, she told me that she's struggling with her internet.
Yeah, I know. We had the conversation before. Great. Regula, tell me your experience. You are both the actress and director. Do you have some thoughts about women in a business?
Yeah, you know, I started 40 years ago on theaters, and I was 30 years on theaters, on big theaters, playing, and also making directing. But it was at the beginning very hard to be, as of course, as an actress, it was okay. But then to direct, the first time when I directed in a theater, it was so hard. The men sitting around and were really against me. 40 years, but it's 40 years ago. And then it changed very much. The last years, it's really it changed. Really.
It's like common to see a woman.
And also when in the theater, if you are in a theater always, it's very hard to get in a movie in this business, because they asked me to come to make something, and I said, oh, I cannot, I'm in this engagement. And now the last 10 years, when I went away from the theater, I start a little bit to work with the film. In the film, yes.
Is it so hard in Germany, or I think, well, it is in Sweden too. I know the actresses, they, during the Bergman time, they didn't give them permission to play, either play in a theater or make a movie. It was like that.
It was like that. Maybe it changed now also. Or if you are very famous, then it's different. You say at the theater, oh, this month I cannot, I have Sperrtermin, I have to make a movie, they let you. But if you're not famous, if you're normal,
just regular actor.
It's
not star. Okay. Yes, but in a stage, did you have some problem? I mean, this Me Too and things like that.
This Me Too, I think, honestly, I think they make a little bit too much of show of that, because I met a lot of other actors. They were really behind the directors also. They were
working together and things like that. Okay.
So after they said no,
personally nothing special.
No,
I mean,
sometimes somebody told me, if you come with me, you get this role, but I didn't want this.
This kind of a relation.
And so it was okay.
Okay. Sara, are you still with us? Sara is still frozen. Sara, okay, I was thinking, just can you avoid picture maybe, and just to hear voice?
Voice, yeah, just voice.
Like no video, just audio. It will be, I don't know, less for internet use.
Experiment. Can you hear me at all?
No. Yes. Try now.
Okay. Is it better?
Yes. Good. Now it's great.
Okay. Perfect then. We'll just keep my face out of it. I'm so sorry that I missed everything, because this is something I really, really enjoy talking about. Being a female in an industry that's dominated, and the power is often in the man's hand. But I'm from the comedy world, so I'm very used to being the only female in a group of men. So when I started filmmaking, it just seemed easy because I knew that my talent was special and unique. As in the comedy business, I mean, they were screaming to have a female comedian, because, you know, every comedy show, they're like, where are all the funny women? There are a lot of funny women, but most of the time, they don't really reach the scenes, actually, because it's also very scary. So when I did this action comedy that we've been talking about, both being like a comedy, action, it was a genre that usually females don't work with. But I just felt so comfortable in the role, because I knew that this is something that I haven't done before, but I know that I'm gonna do a good job with, even the action scenes that were a bit scary. But I did a lot of studying as well. There's a lot of like great online courses just for car chases and explosions or whatever. So I think the main part is just being really good and probably being better than the men. I think that's one of the important things for us females to begin with, and then work together, of course. And I'm so sorry that I missed everything else you said, because it just sounded, I heard first parts, but then the connection was off.
Okay, we are recording that, and the idea is to screen it soon on our YouTube channel, so all this conversation will be accessible. So well,
Great.
it will be a little bit after, but anyhow. I'm also sorry because three of you and Regula saw some of the movies, but not all. So it could be probably easier to speak about specialties of our, but just briefly, Eftychia made one documentary, which is amazing. It was not easy done job. It is documentary about Carigrad, Istanbul, Constantinople, and actually Greece position there from the 50s, if I remember, until now, isn't it? And it is very rich, followed story with a lot of history around that, and interviews, meeting people and things like that. And it is a huge job. It's almost like a fiction hard, or even worse. Okay, I mean, in how many? And my question to you were even in the Balkan Film Festival when you were a guest, how did you manage that? I mean, it was really hard job.
When I started it, the Unlost Homeland is how it all started. It's about the Greeks of Istanbul. So this is a small minority right now of 2,000 people. They used to thrive there. It used to be 300,000 people. But they went through different kind of pogroms. The biggest one was in 1955 when they burned everything that was Jewish, Armenian, and Greek. Istiklal is like the central road, and everything there was either Jewish, Greek, or Armenian. They burned everything in one night. And then they were given a notice of 48 hours that they need to leave the country by taking what we call today 200 euros, but they couldn't take any of their proper, like some of them had 10 apartments, for instance, or 5 or whatever. They couldn't take anything. So this population slightly started to declining. Now it's only 2,000 people and the patriarchate there. So there's a community around the patriarchate. So because I'm coming from a family that is from this side of the world, when I was doing documentaries in different, I also did Balkan Express, so I've done all the Balkan countries for the Greek national TV. So I said, we need to say these stories because these people were born around the 40s. So the time is out, we don't have time. And already out of these 12 people, 3 have already passed away. So the difficult thing was to find these people. The difficult thing was to film in Turkey after the coup d'etat, or the so-called coup d'etat. We had the COVID, we have all this, I can imagine that all of you might have gone through that with the filming licenses. This is, the legislation is so different in every country. And if you don't have a local production company, you cannot do it. Like, you need a fixer there, and thank God, I went multiple times there, and then you meet people. This is the nice things about films, and you meet people who became friends, and somehow things are working together on a very bizarre way. Or I would say there is a karma around it. There was an angel around this documentary. It was difficult because I had French journalists who have been there, and the authorities took their material. It's very easy to be accused for doing propaganda. It's very easily to be accused of doing something that is not legal. So we also had, and the documentary finishes, I'm taking a Greek back to his house after 46 years. So that was super difficult for me because his doctor told me, look, this guy is 70 something. If something happens to him, what are you gonna do there? So I took the whole family with me, the son-in-law and the kid. You have to deal with all these complexities and all this admin that is super tough, but it was an amazing journey, and I hope, let's see, that we can do then the Unlost Homeland too, because this is the goal after that we can do Alexandria in Egypt, and then we proceed. But it's very interesting, and for us very encouraging how the people are receiving it.
Great. And I know that movie is going around visiting different festivals, and really,
Jelena, you were the first one. I need to say that because when the film is going well, and then the one festival is checking what the other festival is doing, so then things are becoming easier. Jelena, the film was out, I remember we finished end of January, and we've sent it. And Jelena contacted me, I think it was beginning of March.
Yeah.
At the time we were just beginning with the festivals. And she told me, I can tell you something, it's gonna go very well. I said, Jelena, I don't know, I hope, but I don't know, the subject is very difficult. And she was the first one, I'm always saying that, I'm always mentioning you. She was the first person to see the documentary and believe in the documentary before anybody else. I mean, outside of Greece. And I'm very grateful on that, because I was very, you know, when you do something, you know how good it is. But at the same time, you're wondering, is it really, how is it going to go? And I remember your email, I have it. I have your email. And I remember your email, and I say, and I'm always going to be grateful for that.
Okay, yes, thank you. But your movie did it, not me. But I know that these words means a lot. Okay, Barbara, your story is quite deep. Feelings about existence and things like that. You are diving in some another subject, because Eftychia is a little bit in a documentary history, some heritage which should not be forgotten. Your story is it something that you are interested in, and how you come on that subject that you are dealing in a movie? You can briefly say, Bar, what is it about?
Yes, I'm trying to, because I don't know, I don't want to spoil the film by saying everything.
No, just
yeah, because if someone hasn't seen it yet, I think it's better that you go through it and watch it. So I'm trying in a way that
keep secret, but then out.
Yeah, it's a story about. I got the script actually, if I will direct it, and I really love the theme of it, because I think it's a theme that it's a taboo theme that people don't talk about, and it's very difficult to talk about. And if we talk about it, it can be really in your face, and I think that's wrong. So I was trying to make the best of it. And actually, I would say that of all of my work, I like this one the most, because I had such a the whole crew had so much sensitivity to the theme, to visual and sound, and so much love in it, that I really love this film. And it didn't take off. It has this festival tour for quite a while now, but in the beginning it was just half of the people or the public really loved it and moved them.
Understand, yeah.
And the other half didn't understand, because I wanted to make a film that it would engage the viewer as well, in a sense, to leave them space to go through their own experience or understanding of the theme. And on a short, the film is about this psychologist Vida. We see her through one day in the morning with her father. She's taking care of her dementic father, and she works in a school as a psychologist, and she meets this young girl Zarya, who is in distress, and that surfaces her own her feelings of embarrassment would come to surface from the past. And I was trying to talk about the theme in a sense. For me, forgiveness it was the most important thing, trying to show through the film, that you can grow through forgiveness, not through I have lack of words here, revenge, for example. That was the theme I was trying to get through. And I had wonderful actress leading role, and the little girl that's in the film as well, I worked with her before. and I used her in another film as well. And the director of photography, Marco Berder, was someone that really, for the first time, I felt that that was our first short film together, and I was so relieved that someone understood the way I was trying to direct, because before it was, you have this vision, and then it on the set becomes, you know, instead of one long take in which you need all the details, becomes 3, and you're frustrated, and it just doesn't work in the genre you're trying, especially in the drama. But Marco was also my schoolmate. I finished philosophy before I finished film directing, and we were schoolmates at philosophy. So it was I really loved the project. The whole team was wonderful, and I hope you like it. It's one of my favorites.
Okay, great. Sara, as you said, you worked with what's this name? Like creamy, like action. Did you study spaghetti western then?
No, not really.
How did you manage this scene of war between gangsters?
Oh, that was a lot of planning and storyboarding. Okay. So it's more just practical, but I wanted to have a lot of jokes even in that scene, but they were edited out because they were a little bit too crazy. It needed to be like action filled. It's still like a parody.
Okay. I mean, your part here as a woman director, what was the hardest part in this movie? Since it's a comedy, it's action, it's creamy, and it's like popular, and it's also young public reaching somehow, quick. I mean, what was hardest part of that?
Well, since, as I told you before, it's just that since I've worked in the comedy genre for such a long time, I guess I'm pretty well respected, so it wasn't that difficult to have a lot of like younger comedians working beneath. And I mean, I did work with my husband as well. He's one of the leading parts, so it was pretty easy, but it's always difficult to be a director and take the lead and take the choices, because sometimes you do a wrong choice, which is
I mean, you decided to direct it. Sara, you just disappeared. Okay. Since I'm thinking like, once again, lines are not so best.
Okay, again.
Okay.
No,
we don't hear.
My internet is unstable.
Okay. Well, our time is because we are in a Zoom platform, and we can speak like this a little bit longer, but they are warning me that it's like 40 minutes. And if we repeat, we will then miss the screening part. My question to you, was it hard to get financing, just briefly? Because of we are women. Eftychia.
I think that financing is difficult for everybody, to be honest with you. I believe that regardless of the fact of gender, it's generally difficult. It's generally difficult to persuade people to believe in what you can see before the other people can see it. So, in the difficult, at least I'm talking about what we are doing, it's difficult also for the directors to be also producers, and like when you do many things, it's even more difficult. The good news is that, if you've done some stuff in the past and you have a portfolio or some things to show, and if this thing have an identity, I think this is the more important thing, that, people think of Eftychia Fragou in a specific way. If they've seen 5 works, they know what to expect. I think in order to get the finance, if you are a producer, you need to have a very bold, very clear identity. of what you do. And I see many times director, it's very good to, you know, to experiment with different things. But if you have a bold identity, it's difficult. But at the end, you know, things are coming together. But you need to be persistent. Like you really need to be persistent there. It's not easy. It's not like that money are coming from, you know, people believe that movies are starting like that.
Yeah.
No.
Okay. Barbara, since I don't know, is it quitting at the 40 minutes, but we have just a few seconds. Doesn't matter. We are continuing, then Zoom should do what they need to do. We will see. Barbara, did you have hard to finance your movie?
I was lucky, probably because my previous work, and also because it's a short film. So I think it's easier to get money for a short film, but still it would just, you know, just enough to make it. It wasn't like we could like spend it all around. Yeah.
Yeah. Sarah, your work, do you hear us now? Is it better? Okay, now it's better.
Yeah, I do hear you. And I totally agree. Having a having a strong identity is very good for financing.
Just to go to go after your idea.
I'm just gonna be here and say hi.
Okay, Regula, did you are preparing your movie next one?
Yes.
And it is about briefly, just a few words.
It's about
life.
Yeah, it's about freedom. It's about against war also, but it's about also Montenegro and Switzerland.
Like communication.
Yes, communication.
And it is also woman, female character in a main.
Yes, the main roles are woman, female characters.
My question to you: do you feel, as director, that this subject could be done, but on that way, just because was one woman behind this idea? I mean, both in Greece and in Slovenia and in Sweden. Eftychia.
What? Sorry, because I missed you, Jelena.
This story that you choose for your movie, do you think that it gets extra value because it was done by a woman hand?
I think
I mean, sensitivity in understanding.
Before Barbara said something, and I agree. You know, I'm not this kind of woman, and also what you said before about the Me Too. I'm not facing the men as they are opposite of us. I'm not having this mentality, and I don't like that. Like when I work on the set, I see them all as humans. If they see me differently, I try to think it's their problem.
Okay.
I'm not taking other people's problem, making them mine. So if somebody out there is having a stereotype that, for instance, I'm from Greece, or that I'm super tall, or that whatever, it can be whatever, you know, it's always something. People can always find something. I try not to think that if it's good or bad to be a woman. I really believe, though, what also was said before, and I think it's one of the most important words, that women can do those subjects better because they have a different point of view.
Yes, that was my question.
That I hardly believe it. I firmly believe it, that we can do them because our psychology is completely different in what we bring on the table.
Yes, and it was my question: do this sensibility could be done by somebody else?
It's our comparative advantage by
anybody else. Yeah. Barbara.
Yeah, well, I have problems with this. I hope that it's not getting the attention. I hope the work is speaking for itself, not the woman behind it, because now we have to do all the gender equality things. I think that this short film Quiet could be done by anyone, women or men director with sensibility and probably some understanding of psychology and relations concerning the theme. Probably in a different way, but I wouldn't go by the gender here at all. So that's my answer.
I mean, yeah. I was thinking because it was really a girl's story.
Yes, but you can easily I'm a screenwriter as well, so you can easily change and adapt it. It could be a male psychologist and a boy,
yes,
and a mother, and it would be the same theme from different
perspective
viewpoint, but it's about sensibility, about deeper themes, which I don't think is divided by gender.
Okay.
I think it's divided by if directors have it or not.
Yeah.
And you can see it.
yeah. Because your story is really sensitive, and it goes through. I mean, it is like something that belongs to women somehow. But I understand that you can make it even like twist, and it could function in another way.
It's in this case, it's women leading role, but it's universal theme. It's not something that a man cannot identify with.
Yes.
That's what why I'm saying that. Yeah.
Okay. Sara? Is it again?
Okay, let's try this. I'm going to stop the video and see if it works. Our story, can you hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. No, why?
Okay. It is a little bit hard.
Try.
It's the quarantine. I think this was the internet was. If you ask me, what was the title of the quarantine? How is your internet connection? It's for everybody.
I know. It's so frustrating, and I just love what we're talking about, but I can't.
We can continue. We can almost now decide that we will continue with this conversation, because I think we have a lot to say.
Jelena, can I ask you a favor? Can you send us the screeners of both films, because I haven't watched them?
I was actually thinking to say that actually I don't have this.
Me too, please.
Yeah, I can send you the whole list. We made even online possibility for people to see, and we made also one list for a jury, so you can get this jury list, which is now watching that you can watch each other's movie. I think that it can give a little bit extra of this conversation.
Yeah, I would love to.
Yes, I will do that. So Regula is with us. We are moving soon down there, but now we will see last two movies, short one, and tomorrow is Eftychia's movies, having a huge part because it's a little longer. So I would like to see you, because we enjoy in your seeing you, but I would like to see that you see even public that were listening us. No, I will just.
Hi.
I'm really sorry, because technically we couldn't manage that to do on a huge screen, but next summer is our too. We can see if we find some screen or something, because this floor, this wall behind us will now have like frescoes or mosaic feeling of your movies that we will watch now. So it's like extra feeling that we reach here in this area. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
I will save this. I hope so.
Thank you.
It's always special. Keep in contact. I'm happy that you even meet each other somehow, and the people around us meet you. So we are keep on going. And keep in contact, send your next project, and we will move with the movies further. Bye-bye.
Thank you very much. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Okay. Само да нещо не